Hey everyone, today we're talking about something very important, and that's school bus safety. Understanding the rules of the road concerning school buses is the key to keeping everyone safe when you're out driving. So let's break down the rules you need to follow when you come upon a big yellow school bus. If you see a school bus and it has its flashing yellow lights going, this is your warning that the bus is about to stop. It's not the time to floor it and try to hurry up and pass the bus, but it is the time for you to slow down and get ready to stop. And most of all, it's time to stay alert. Then when the school bus finally does stop and its red lights are flashing and its retractable stop sign arm is out, you have to stop too. This is a must, no exceptions. It's the law in all 50 states in the U.S. When the school bus is stopped in this situation, children are about to get on or off the bus, and some of them may even be attempting to cross the road. The bus stop is the most dangerous part of the school bus ride. The majority of the children who have been injured or killed in school bus-related accidents were hit while getting on or off the bus. Most were struck by drivers who ignored or didn't see the flashing red lights and extended stop sign and then attempted to pass the bus. So for safety reasons, stop at least 20 feet away from the bus, regardless of which direction you're approaching it from, either behind it or in front of it. Because if you're driving in the opposite direction on a 2-lane road and you meet a stopped bus with its red lights flashing, you also must come to a stop. Also, in the majority of states in the U.S., if you're on a 4-lane roadway with at least 2 lanes of traffic going in each direction, only drivers traveling in the same direction as the school bus are required to stop. This also applies to roads with a divided highway and a median. The median between the roads could be established by a concrete divider, a fence, a wall, a large ditch, or an open space of ground where it's not possible or that it's not intended to be driven across. If the lanes are separated like this, you don't need to stop for the school bus that's going in the opposite direction from you. Even though most people know not to pass a school bus when it's stopped to pick up or drop off kids, some drivers still do it. Some never get identified and so they aren't held accountable. But school bus laws have serious consequences. If you do illegally pass a stopped school bus and you get caught, it could result in the suspension of your driver's license or fines, or at the very least, penalty points will likely be added to your driving record. To help catch drivers who break the law, many school districts have installed stop-arm cameras on school buses. These cameras are attached on the side of a bus and capture video of cars that illegally pass the bus when the bus's stop arm is deployed. The operators of the camera system send any video of possible infractions, along with data such as time and location of the infraction, to local law enforcement agencies. Local law enforcement then reviews the footage and decides whether to send a citation to the vehicle's owner. And bus drivers or anyone else can also report offenders to the police. And this can potentially lead to action being taken against the negligent driver. So look out, you might be being watched. Now let's say you did come to a legal stop like you were supposed to. When can you resume driving again? Well, once the red lights turn off and the stop sign is pulled back in, you're free to go. But remember, even then, don't rush and still proceed with caution. Be very sure all children are safely out of the way before moving. School buses are also typically required to stop at railroad crossings, even when there's no train approaching. They're required to stop in the right lane if it's a 2-lane road, and once they've stopped and checked the tracks, then they can move on. Don't pass a school bus that's stopped at a railroad crossing if it has its flashing red lights on and its stop sign extended. And finally, don't forget about school zones. These are areas where kids are going to be crossing the street, so speed limits are lower, usually about 20 miles an hour. And these speed limits are in effect between certain hours on school days when children are present. When you see that school zone sign, slow down and be ready to stop, especially when a bus is near. So to sum it all up, always stop when the bus lights are flashing red. Give plenty of space to kids around the bus and stay alert in school zones. If we all do our part, we can help make our roads safer for children. I hope this helped, and if it did help you, please hit those like and subscribe buttons so I can keep bringing you safe driving tips. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and drive safe.